Today we're going to talk about what I do to prep a knife for edge retention testing if I don't know how many edges have been put on it, or if it comes to me used, which would be the case of the bare knuckle. When I got it, I wasn't expecting to do a test on it, so it had already been used. I put an edge on it, I started using it a little bit, then I decided to test it. This Best Tech Goblin, that is a loaner from Mike. It has black tape on it. There's a reason for that too. What I do is, the black tape is to let me know that all I'm doing is a preliminary cut with a particular knife so that I can make sure there are enough edges put on it to get past any fatigue steel. The Goblin cut up a bunch of cardboard this morning. I'm not positive if it had one or two edges on it when I got it. I put one on it. I'm going to go ahead and say I believe at the next edge it is going to be ready to go for testing. Did pretty good so far. Cutting cardboard. The D2 Rat 1 that's on loan from Jack Farm Boy. That's another one. And yes, I'm sorry, I don't have my tripod today, so I'm hoping this isn't too shaky. I didn't know how many edges were on this when I got it, so I went ahead and put an edge on it. I cut cardboard with it. I put another edge on it. I cut cardboard with it, and it did pretty well. So I believe that's ready for testing also. That I know of, there's been 4 edges put on that. Same with this. I know this has had at least 4 edges also. So the Kershaw, I'm not positive. I may go ahead and cut with it one more time, put one more edge on it. But we're just getting a look at some edges. That D2, even though it looks pretty shiny, that is a 1500 grit edge with the same strop progression I do on all of them. Same with the AUS 8. Like I said, both of these are ready to go. They haven't been used to cut anything since I sharpened them. Also, I have the 52-100 Mannix I just tested on the table. And I'm going to do a new series because I think it's relevant to the cut testing. And in that new series, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to strop on 1 micron. And the series is going to be called Bringing It Back. How many passes is it going to take to bring the edge back to working? Or if 5 passes per side, let's say, will bring it back to even shaving hair. I don't know. I haven't done it much already. I've only done it with VG10, and we're going to do it with this 52-100. The strop is rather beat up. I've caught it a few times stropping knives, but this is kind of like my traveling 1 micron strop. But we're going to go ahead and find out what it takes. Like, what can you expect? If you've cut a whole bunch of cardboard with your knife or put a bunch of use on your knife, it's ready for a strop. How much time are you going to have to spend to strop it? And then we're going to go ahead and cut some more with it, just to get a general idea of what kind of service life you can expect out of an edge after you've used it you've stropped it, and you're going to use it again. I know some of us like to sharpen. I sharpen almost daily. Mostly because I do a lot of testing. And I know other people that like to sharpen a lot. But I know even more people who, it isn't that they don't like to sharpen, they just don't want to have to sharpen every single day. A lot of people are busy. They just want to be able to use their knife, hit it on the strop a few times, and go ahead and use it some more. So we're going to go ahead and dive into that, see what becomes of it, how well some steels respond, if some are better than others. You know, maybe AUS 8's for you. It's easy to sharpen, it lasts a fair amount of time, and maybe it strops up super easy multiple times for extended use. I know VG10 is a good one. After use, you can strop it up, it gets sharp again, and you can continue to use it. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. And this is just a look at how, also like the video started out, how I go ahead on the unknown knives, so that I make sure that when I run the actual edge retention test, that the steel's getting a fair shot at what it can actually do. So that's all I have for these two things. As always, I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.